All right, happy Sunday, everybody. What's going on? What is going on? Hope you guys turned your clocks back. You know, daylight savings time today. A lot of people probably forgot, so they may not be up to date with the time. Wondering everything's an hour later. But we got some special guests in here in the house tonight. Two DJs. If you go ahead and I guess the gentleman to my right, which would be you, Mr. Tony Tone. If you want to go ahead and let the people know what you're about and where you're from, everything like that, whatever you want to give out to them.
All right, cool. My name is DJ Tony Tone from the Boogie Down Bronx. I started DJing around, let's say 1980, 81. And one of the ways we started DJing back in those days was watch the older guys come out to the park, DJs like Flash and DJs like the Grand Wizard Theodore. They'd come out to the park. This is before any rap records were ever made. As a young kid, 13, 14 years old, you stand on the side and help them with what kids don't even know about today, with their crates of records. As a young kid, you was like, can I help? And if you helped them, they would let you get behind the ropes as though you were down with the crew. Now, being 13, 14, you're watching DJ Grandmaster Flash, the original Grandmaster Flash, or the Grand Wizard Theodore. You're watching them cut, or you're watching them DJ. This is something I had never seen before. Two records on two separate records. At the time, they weren't called turntables. They were called record players. Two records at the same time being simultaneously played, and then what they would do is loop the best part of the record, which would be the beat, and play it over and over and over while somebody talked over it, which at the time was emceeing, not rapping.
Right.
And they would say like nursery rhymes, but they would change the rhymes and make it about something about their neighborhood or themselves, and that's what we know today as rap. So I would watch those guys play records, which is called DJing and scratching and mixing beats and stuff like that. And that's how I got down with DJing in the Bronx, where it all started. And it actually started way before I got part of it. It started around 1973, 74. But I got down with it around 1981, and I've been doing it ever since. And of course, you got to keep up with the time, the music, different rap genres. And if you guys remember, rap music really was only in the urban area, like in the Bronx or Brooklyn or Queens, and it didn't started getting out to other cities around like 1981, 82. Records start going on, and now you know it's worldwide.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of interesting facts. Starting off, well, in case you guys haven't noticed what today's topic, we're talking with some DJs and just about DJing in general. And we're gonna go ahead and let the gentleman above me. I know it's probably different for you guys on your screens, but for me, the gentleman above me, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and let the people know where you're from or whatever other information you want to provide.
Good evening, I'm Reggie Joyner. My brother Jamal right there. I'm from South Carolina, born in New York, but I live here in South Carolina, consider this home. Actually, I started DJing, I have about 11 years under the belt right now. Self-taught, just bought some equipment one time, messing around in the garage, just messing around. And decide one day I'm gonna give it a try, And from then on, just picked up, Basically what he's saying, excuse me, like with the mixing and stuff like that, that's something that's not taught. You have to have a knack for that. You have to know your music in order to do that. And, as time goes on, I learned, I just look at, like you say, look at other guys. I go to events, used to go to parties, just look at other DJs. Trying to see get the flow, listen to the blend, and that's basically self-taught myself. And right now, basically, I'm mainly a wedding DJ. Clubs, I do it, but it's not high on my list.
Right. All right. I guess you guys already know the old man over there in the top right, and Jay with it's nothing need to be said about that over there.
The no.
All right.
No,
go ahead. What were you about to say? Because I know you're gonna say something smart.
I know y'all two guys are, got seasoned. We do have a DJ, another DJ here as well.
Former.
Yeah, Tack. How long you been DJing?
It was 2 years. It was in college. I'm not. No, I was like, I know a little bit, but I'm not. I am not a professional like the other two that we have with us.
But college parties have to be great, man. You know, you got
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
It already works on your side because everybody's there to party. Like,
Yeah.
highest
Yeah.
record.
Yep.
I mean, yeah,
Dead on
you're
the
not
dot, bro.
wrong. You're not wrong there. You're
No,
not wrong.
not at all.
Not wrong. Oh
No.
man, we'll get into that a little bit later about I guess where I started at because I forgot who I think it was DJ Duke was who I was kind of shadowing for a little bit when I was in school, but I don't know what he went on to do, but I'm pretty sure it was Duke. But that's that's time for later on in the discussion. But we can go ahead and start with some of these bullet points that we got going on here. And I guess the first thing I guess a lot of people would probably wonder is if DJing is a scientific, is there a scientific method to it? And from what we've heard, majority, I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be no. But I'll let the professionals take the floor on that. Would I guess Tony, if you want to go ahead and start off with that.
All right. Scientifically, this is what I think about it. Well, first of all, in DJing over many years, and I'm pretty sure my man DJ Reggie knows this. You got to keep up with the technology. I mean, I come from turntable days where there's turntables and records, and you got to know the pitch of whatever kind of turntable you're using. And what was popular back in those days was techniques. Now they have all these controllers, and they even have virtual DJing. So it is kind of scientific because you can take the concept of DJing, but you have to apply it to this new type of digital technology. Because I've seen DJing programs. Well, of course, there's a DJ program called Serato, but then there's, I think, a record box. There's just so many of them. You got to kind of keep up with that stuff. Then, of course, the concept of DJing, which is of mixing beats or scratching records or just playing the records really good. You have to learn the softwares, and then you have to learn the right way to use they have so much technology, those what do you call it, those cue pads. There's just so many different things with the cue pads on the controllers. So it's scientific in that facts. And of course, once you learn how to DJ, of course, you got to learn a little bit about electronics with the wires, hooking up your equipment with the speakers to the controller. Or back in the days, we had to hook up all the wires to the mixer, to the amplifier, to the speakers, and then of course plug it up and get some electricity. So scientifically, you do have to figure out a few things, and the rest of it is just figuring out your music, knowing where your music is, and saving it in folders and knowing how to have it on. It's like a hobby. Like put it like this: you got kids who play video games. Like I don't know if you play video games. You know where all your games are. You know how to play it. You know how to use the controllers and all that. It's the same thing with DJing. You got to know how to use all this new electronic technology as it pertains to DJing and just mix it in with your music.
All right.
Well, true. Because I mean, speaking of the controllers, you got controllers right now. They'll give you your BPMs, which helps you out a lot. You can look at that on the screen and know when to mix your next song. It's really scientific. It makes it a whole lot easier. Now you got speakers that's powered. Before you had speakers you plug in, like he said, you got to run them, plug it into your mixer. Now these days it's powered right up from your board. Right. So it has revolutionized a whole lot. So, I mean, me personally, my software that I use virtual DJ.
Okay.
Something like Serato. It's different. Like you said, there's tons of them out there, but you need to know what you're doing when you're using that software.
Right.
If you don't, you're gonna make yourself look like a fool at an event.
Right.
So I mean, but it feels like a lot of the methods have changed a good bit, but I'm still seeing, at least for me, it was still a blend of the turntables and the digital, depending on where you were at the parties. But a lot of the DJs were starting to go to digital. They still use Serato and I forgot what there was another program that they were using a lot around there. And the whole board you had the digital turntable on the board and mixers and everything like that. But I think a majority from what I've seen, at least, and as of right now, it's still a lot of people using the vinyls because you get that, I would assume, the authentic feel from it compared to just you know, BPM matching and everything like that, and it's just a show for the showmanship.
Right.
But
So y'all use a combination there, vinyl and the electronics, or is it mainly
digital,
vinyl?
basically digital.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I use digital and Serato, but like he said, for the show, the turntables are a little better if you like know how to scratch and do all that. I'll tell you, one of the greatest DJs to look at do that is DJ Jazzy Jeff. If you ever see him DJ, he really gets busy on the vinyl and the turntable.
Yeah, I seen him on YouTube. I saw what he had on YouTube.
And
Crazy, man.
He's
Crazy.
been doing that since like 83, 84, and he is crazy on the vinyl. And you always catch him. Now he also uses Serato, but he definitely uses the vinyl Serato to do all those tricks and all those things that he does. It's part of the show, like you said.
So
Sound
I mean,
effects.
with all that being said, now you know, like you said, the effects of using the vinyl in some portions of it, does that dictate how the crowd gets involved in
I
how
gotta be
you can
honest with you.
control the crowd?
No, not really. Controlling the crowd, and Reggie attests to this, controlling the crowd is all about the hottest songs that are out, or the way you make people remember different songs. Like whatever the hottest song is, or whatever the hottest dance craze is, like it has nothing really to do with the equipment. Now, people go to see Jazzy Jeff to watch him do his tricks and stuff, but the majority of the DJs, they play like the hottest record that get people dancing, whatever the hottest thing is, how you mix it. And then if you could participate, like another one, Kid Capri, if you could participate with the crowd while you DJing and talk over the record while you DJing, you got it made.
Kid Capri's another one that's tough on them vinyls, bro. To me, Kid Capri's the best. To me, personally, that's just my opinion. I watched a lot of videos on him.
Yeah, what it is with Kid Capri is that he talks to the crowd while he's DJing. Unlike Jeff, Jeff doesn't say anything, but Jeff doesn't really have to say anything because of the way he plays. Like Kid Capri is one of those ones that interacts with the crowd while he's DJing, and it makes the party crazy because he's like asking the crowd for responses to his music, and they're dancing. The biggest thing is you got to have the hottest records of the time, or nostalgic records. Because let me tell you, if you had a party and the floor is packed and you play Before I Let Go, you got it.
Bingo.
Oh yes.
Those are one of my shout-outs. Those are one of my close-ups right there now. For real.
I mean,
that song never ages. That song is every group. So
I guess from what I've been exposed to, it was more like the MC, because the duo, well, at least where I was at, they had an MC and then they had the DJ, and the MC was usually the one that's like, "Hey DJ," and then the DJ would respond, and then they control it. So that's what I look at it more as, is more of the MC and not necessarily the DJ.
A hype man.
Yeah.
Right. That was kind of like Will and Jeff. Will and Jeff used to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Will Smith. Yeah.
Oh,
Will. It's like right now these days, man. So far the crowd, you know. A lot of people ask, you know, how do you get the crowd on the floor? To me, this is what I basically do. You know, I have like a formula that I do. If I got a mixed crowd, you know, it's like three. I do 3 pop, 3 rock, 3 R&B, 3 and 3. Whatever they're feeling, okay, that's what I go. They don't have to be out there on the floor dancing. If you see them nodding their head to it, they patting their feet to it, they're feeling it. So I stick right there.
And Reggie, check this too. As a DJ too, and Reggie will tell you this. That's what you're looking for. That's the scientific part about it. While you DJing, you're looking for the head bopping. Once you got the head bopping, you got to go to your 5 to 10 records that you know are a killer, and you play them in succession, and then you pack the floor. And once you get a packed floor, you can't kill it. Like one time I had somebody whispering in my ear, "Yo, play this song." I'm like, it don't mix with right now. Let me do my string. Let me do my flow.
Bro, that burns me up. I hate to cut you off, but that burns me up, man. God, man, could you play? Like, I play.
No. That's another thing too. A lot of times DJs will tell you like, "Yo, just back off for a second. I know what I'm doing. I got a crowded floor, and I got to keep it crowded by hitting the next record and the next record and the next record." And just like Red said, the way you learn to do that is you go to a lot of parties and watch what the DJs are doing. Because a lot of times when I'm at a party, I'm like, I would do that. That's a good idea. This is a good idea. And then you go home and you practice it.
You incorporate it in your style. You know, that's just it. There's nothing wrong with it. We all learn from somewhere. You know, and it's like, I mean, I share information. Other guys call me and ask me things like, if I can share with them, I share with them. You know, DJing is basic. It's an art now. You know, you have to know your crowd. You can't play what you want to hear. As a DJ, you got to please your crowd.
Right.
You can't sit there and play, oh, I want to hear this. It don't work like that. You'll kill it. You got to please that crowd. That's
okay.
They paid you.
Okay. Did hip hop revolutionize that in the DJ industry?
Go ahead, Reg.
But you know, early 80s, you know, you had some good rap artists, right? As we venture into the late 80s, then it changed. Culture changed. Then you started hitting the gangster rap. And you know, to me, early 80s was the best. That's just my opinion. You know,
opinion too.
Well,
listening to it, man. Listen, man. Run DMC and them guys, man. Yo,
you can understand
good.
it. You can understand it.
Yeah. But saying that now, keep in mind, you got a crowd out there, a younger crowd that's not feeling that early 80s, you're gonna lose them. Stay up to date with what's going on. You gotta look at your crowd now. If you playing Run DMC and you got some 20, 25-year-old, they looking at you like, nah. To say that revolutionized it did to some point. Some point, you know. Again, I'm gonna go back to what I said before. Your crowd, that's who you have to please.
Right.
Your crowd. So go ahead.
Well, let me just say this. You're absolutely right about the 80s. The 80s parties, the 80s music was about, you know, throw your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. What's your zodiac sign? What kind of jeans you got on? Where you from? Brooklyn, Bronx, whatever. That was good. And then, of course, I'll never forget, I heard this group just out of nowhere, straight out of Compton. I can't curse. I'm like, what are they talking about? But we wouldn't know that because they talking about their neighborhood and gangs. I'm like, what are these dudes talking about? Then, I usually play to an older crowd because one, and I'll give you a quick for instance. Reason being, to me, like Red said, the older records last so long. I was in the car with my kid, and my kid is one of them anyway. He's 21. He was playing a song, and I liked it, right? So the next week, 1 week later, he was in the car. I said, play that song that you had on last week. He goes, Dad, nobody's listening to that no more. Their music changed like every minute. I can't deal with that. And not only that, they're very angry about something. They talk about shooting and killing and drugs and girls, and I can't deal with the younger crowd. I mean, I know that music sells and it's hot, but I just like you would have to download records every 5 minutes with them.
Yep. Ask me how I know. I can tell you.
my kids came to me one day and told me Chance the Rapper was the bomb. Yo, a week later he told me he was whack.
I mean, look, I wouldn't know anything about that because my era was like the Wayne and all the Snap Your Fingers and all that stuff. That was more my era. Now this new music that's coming out, I'm not really familiar with the whole lot of it. So all that, the swag surfing and everything like that, all that was my era of music when it was like the thing you can dance to.
Yeah.
And another thing with these younger kids, man, I got to tell you, I mean, not to say people didn't get shot back in our times, but these guys are getting shot like every week. This one getting shot in the bowling alley, another one getting shot at the cookie place, another one getting shot out in California at the chicken place. I don't get it.
Lyrics, man, these lyrics, they listening to these lyrics. And mind you now, over probably 95% of these gangster rappers have not even lived that life.
Correct.
Haven't even lived that life.
Correct.
You know, but it sells. It sells.
Exactly.
That's sex, drugs, and money. It sells. That's what sells.
That's right.
So now you got these rappers coming up now. They feel that's the image I have to portray to be successful. I got to pretend like I'm hard in the streets or I'm from the streets. And you know, right now and they're getting caught up and they're coming up with these lyrics. And most of the time it's just a beat. They got the same chorus over and over again. You don't know what they're saying. I have no clue what they're saying. Really. But people in the stores buying them like crazy. They selling.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to, you know, I look at things too. You know, when we were growing up, these guys still alive. They die at an old age. Are they still around? these guys dying at 20s, 19.
Doesn't make sense.
It's just
Just like you said, like young dog
unheard
at
of.
the cookie spot, man. Really?
Yeah,
For what?
you know,
And
And you
then,
know,
and then he gets with like a military style AK-47. What's that about?
yes, yes.
uh, uh,
These lyrics, man, is these lyrics they can say what. Don't get me. A lot of this come from a lot of young guys, no father figure in their life, no role model. They result to the music. They listen to it. They think, hey, that's the thing to do. Hey, he making money. He getting paid, but he's making money. He's getting paid. He's putting you in jail, putting his kids in college because you supporting him. You know, late early '90s. That's when that black on black crime really started rising. Really started
That
rising
was
because
that
you
was
think,
more
you
like
think it's because of music?
the gangster rap
It's-
era, right? That was that gangster
Yeah.
rap stuff. But I
yes,
mean,
it's the lyrics.
but at that
Listen
time, I
to the
mean,
lyrics.
it's what you take out of it, though. I mean, it's not so much as being weaponized against people. It's just like if you're trying to prove something to somebody, and you know, you don't. You're like, oh yeah, listen to NWA, and now I have something to prove because that's my area. I'm from Compton or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And so you're taking it to heart when that's not really the case. But you know,
You know, the thing is, you know, we did lose Biggie and Tupac.
Which was
You
totally
know,
senseless.
yeah,
100.
but it's not to the extreme that it is today. It's just really sad that when you play or you're in a profession that your life expectancy is not high when you're out just entertaining or you trying to entertain or make money and then somebody takes it personal and their only recourse is to take your life.
Exactly. Yes. And that's very well said. Because I mean, it's music. Music and these artists, it's like it has a big influence on the young crowd. I'm gonna give you an example. Right now, you see Lil Wayne and these guys. They on stage with their pants hanging off their butt. 99% of the young kids today, where you see them, how you see them dressed, can't even walk. Pants so far off their butt. I mean, but do you know this really where it originated at? It originated in jail.
jail. Yeah.
But they see these rappers do it, and they figure that's the thing to do. And it's not. So yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think some of that is also due to growing up. I guess you're more impressionable as you're younger, but then when you get older, I wouldn't say everyone, but if you are brought up, not even brought up, but if you as you get older, your tastes change, and so you realize that it's like, hey, I was a knucklehead in during that time or whatever, so you tend to change your ways compared to how you when you try to fit in. That's more like high school and stuff like that, when you're trying to do like the
I
sagging
still don't
pants
see
and
The
the,
impression.
I still don't see any reason a mature level or anything that you got to show your underwear to other people. I just I don't see that.
I mean,
Let me ask
I don't get it.
you. We didn't do that in our. We wore name brand jeans back in our
Yeah.
time.
That's
Calvin
right.
Klein.
Levi's,
Calvin Klein was the deal, bro.
Lee's, the
And
Lee's,
Lee jeans.
Lee
Yeah.
jeans, so and they fit.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they fit, right.
So,
It's like you said, with my crowd, I prefer to do older crowd. I really do. That's my thing because I can relate to them a whole lot better than I could a younger crowd.
mm.
See, I play the music. I can relate. I mean, I know the music. I listen to it because I have daughters. I refer to them sometimes. What is this? I mean, they'd be like, well, daddy, I'm like, all right, okay, whatever. But now, like, for instance, for a wedding, if I get a wedding, and honestly, most of the Caucasian people in there, they love our early 80s music. They ask for it every time. They love it. Earth, Wind, and Fire, stuff
Lionel
like
Richie.
that. Hey, they love it.
Lionel Richie, yep, that's
And I
right.
show them with it.
And another reason I like to do the older crowd is because after the party, there's not going to be a shootout or a fight.
There you go. It's
They
none of
fight
that.
Party, man.
None of that.
So, did the music amp this up, or it's just a mindset or a mentality?
There's
mentality.
a lot of it. Dude, I'm gonna tell you why some of the music, because That song by Little Bootsy, Set It Off. That used to get people in the clubs. Guaranteed fight. Little Bootsy, Set It Off. They all the time.
Well, I mean,
Somebody go get crunk.
Really?
yeah, there's a good bit of song. I mean, if we're going to that route, there's a good bit of songs that you don't.
What about the other song, Reggie? Remember this one in early 2001 and 2002? Annie up, take chains off, take things off.
Listen.
Annie up, kidnap that fool.
Hey, you know, and it's still in my library. I still have it in my library, but I don't play it. I don't play it.
So,
But listen,
you get that type of violent response by the music you play.
It's just those songs. Like there's a lot of the Georgia stuff that came out in 2000s, like 2000 to like 2010 that you just don't play in the club because you already know it's gonna fight, like start a fight, like
Absolutely.
Knuck If You Buck. Well, Knuck If You Buck is the main one because everybody that's just throwing hands. That's automatic throw hands. It don't matter who you are, like you're getting hands thrown on you. There was that one. There was I think Wipe Me Down kind of started fights every now and then. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Those are like the two
But
main ones.
age has to play the major part, because you can play that same song in a group of my age and it will not get that effect.
It depends on if you're
they don't understand
intoxicated.
it.
Are you intoxicated at the time? Like, are you out in the club intoxicated?
I'm just saying, I don't see that type of response, even if that music was played with a certain group of people.
It wouldn't be played in your era.
But I'm saying, even if you played it, but so music does incite that type of response, but it is the age group that is listening to it that it sparks it.
But the thing about it is, certain songs I wouldn't play in a certain age group. You know, songs like that, I wouldn't play. Say, like, if I got a 35 and up crowd, you never hear me put that on. I wouldn't even play that. So therefore, that's why you would not hear it, or you wouldn't get the same response in that age group, because in some people cases, you get older, you get wiser. Some people, not all.
Right.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
and you understand. Listen, you know, first of all, they might not even know what's the song about. You know, so a younger age group, 25, 28 on down, then they understand. Now everybody getting hype. Everybody hype, jumping up, you know. And first of all, you're going to accidentally hit somebody, then you're looking for a reason to pop off. That's the shit.
Right.
Because of that music. That music. I mean, honestly, I tell people all the time, I don't mind I don't like doing young crowds. I don't like doing young parties. I don't.
Me neither.
All money ain't good money.
Right.
So,
But somebody plays those events. So, and if they do they run into these issues that you try to, keep yourself away from? Do they?
Some of them do. It all depends on your crowd. It all depends on your crowd. If you got these little gang affiliated cats in there, they're having a good time. It's just a point now. If somebody's accidentally step on your foot, man, it's on. It's on. And that music going to that's it. People, those lyrics, it does have a big influence on people, especially the younger crowd, because they're thinking right now, this is the way it is. This is the way life goes. These rappers getting paid. Yeah, they getting paid, man. They rapping about this. So this is the way to go. This is the life. And it's not. And I'm going to say it again. 95% of the rappers don't even live that lifestyle, bro.
Right.
Don't even live it. But they making lyrics and they making these money. But it sells. Because we know, even female rappers, 99% of them, when they rap, it's about sex, it's about their body.
Yep.
About drugs.
Yep.
Because they know it sells.
Exactly.
It's not about, rap with these kids, get a good education, or, how to be presentable. It's none of that, because that don't sell.
Like, you may get that on the one-offs, like for like a Lupe or a Kid Cudi or something like that. But the status quo is what you were stating, the sex, drugs, and all that stuff. So it's just really interesting looking at the dynamic. But don't get it mistaken. It's not just like hip hop that would incite violence. There's songs that have underlying tones like in R&B and country and stuff like that that also, you know, have somebody doing something reckless. Like I think what was it? I think what R. Kelly's I think R. Kelly had a song or something like that where it was like a heat of the moment crime essentially, where shoot, I'm trying to think of the name of it.
I hope you remember that because I don't recall that one, but
I want to say it was that, wasn't it that Trapped in the Closet series that he had or something like that?
oh yeah,
Well
yeah,
played.
Trap in
Yeah.
the Closet, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
I,
in the closet, it was like a soap opera type of thing.
Yeah.
that,
The
right.
scenario where he's with a woman, Mr. Big. This is Mr. Big and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had because I went to Georgia Southern, so it's a lot of country stuff, and they had some country songs that are like talking about crashing people's tractors and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, so I don't want to. I don't want to get the crowd. I don't want to get the crowd be like, oh yeah, it's all hip. No. You just got to actually listen to the words. So
But the thing is, are people dying at a high level that look like us
Nah,
based on the lyrics?
no.
See,
No.
that's the difference. That's the
No.
difference.
I mean, right now you got country songs have a rap beat to it.
right,
Most of
It's
the country
evol-
songs have a rap beat to it.
it's evolving.
Florida Georgia line.
Yeah.
Listen to them boys. It's like rap,
Yeah.
but it's a country song. They got Nelly on there with them, featuring Nelly. They
Right.
got their little rap verses in it. It's a couple of them that they like that, but it's not inciting fights,
Yeah.
for riots and stuff like that. But it's a culture change, definitely.
And go
Go ahead. You got it.
Go ahead, Zach. No, go ahead, Zach.
No. You about to say something. Go ahead, because you got.
No. You brought up women in mid rap in the rap industry and in the music industry. I made a point in prior podcasts of, women want to be outside of that sex and being used as a sex symbol, by society. But they're using their sexuality to profit, to build their brand or whatever. So
Double-edged sword.
it's a catch-22 when
Excuse me.
people keep you in that realm because that's what sells, that's what you're selling, that's what I'm going to use to make money. So, but with men, it's all about the lyrics. So they're going to be as raunchy or as insightful or gangster as they need to be to make those sales. So
Yeah, that's. If you remember,
what do we do?
Remember in the late '80s, early '90s, a couple of rap groups were going socially conscious, like Public Enemy, De La Soul, Tribe
That's right.
Called Quest, Jungle Brothers. They were trying to be socially conscious. That was good for a little while, but then I don't know what happened, and those guys went away.
Yeah, KRS Ones and Western guys, man. It was good. It was good, man. And all of a
went
sudden,
I don't know what happened, right?
it gone, man. It took. I guess these younger rappers, I guess they seen how that was selling, and I guess they said, well, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it a different route. Then we're gonna start incorporating drugs into our lyrics. We're gonna start incorporating sex, degrading women. And it hit the scene. And they see how popular it is, how it sells. So now you got the next Joe Blow coming along. All right, I'm gonna take it to another level. And that's just like a chain reaction. And that's why we at where we at today.
Yeah, I don't know none of the rappers really up to. I mean, I know of them, but they're singing about what do they call it, getting the bag and getting more money and getting girls,
Yeah.
smashing girls and stuff like that. It's just crazy.
What's the new style? Is it called whisper rap or
Mumble
what
rap.
is
I
it?
have no clue.
Mumble rap.
Mumble?
Mumble rap.
Mumble
rap. Yeah.
rap.
One that sounds like they got a mouthful of jelly beans. Or
Basically. And then who was it? I think Snoop Dogg realized he's like, I'm too old for this. He had an interview. He was like, I was trying to mumble rap. He's like, I'm too old for this. I need to get out of here. I can't be doing this. And I was just like, yeah, it makes sense.
Right now, the one they call Lil Baby. He saw what did you say, bro? You know, but he's selling. He's hot right now. He's on fire. He's selling.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So-
what sells right now. Like I said, I stopped at 2015, so everything after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm not real familiar with any of this stuff. So
So as a DJ, do you get this mumble rap so that you are able to stay current?
No. I don't. That's not in. I don't know a title to one. I don't have one in my library. So if I'm asked to do that, I'll just be like, I don't have that. No.
Hey, that's it. That's all you got to do. I don't have it.
I don't have that.
You know.
even though you may listen,
then it's so
you may
bad.
listen to it at home, I don't have it.
And if I come to ask you for it, it's like, hey, partner, what you got? I'm like, dude, I don't even understand you.
Right.
So it's rap.
Yeah, and you know, it's so bad because I played for a couple of schools, right? Kids come up, you know, they ask for a song, and they tell you straight up, hey, no explain lyrics or nothing of that. I said, ma'am, I understand. I said, I don't play that. Kids will come up, ask me for a song. I said, let me check it. Let me listen to this thing first. First word out there is curse word. Wow. Now you got to find an edited version. All right.
Yeah, but when you find the edited version, the whole crowd screams out all the curses anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And you play the edited version, guess what? When they get to the curse, they say it anyway. I said, ma'am, that's not me. It's them. It's not the music. It's not. You get the radio, and when they get to the part with curse, they fill it in. They fill it in. Girl came to me one time and said, see, can you play what? I'm like, no, I can't do that. It's like a 8th grade, what? They had like a little 8th grade prom or something like last year. They come, I'm like, sweetheart, I can't play that. Even though I can play the version.
8th grade prom.
You want to know what's funny? I did an 8th grade prom in about 2014 or 13. And Tack, you might remember this record. Remember that Bobby Smurder record?
Yes.
All the kids was doing I played that record 6 times straight. That's all they wanted to hear.
That's all. Yeah.
Over and over. And they kept doing this. Get up out my tribe house.
That was the era. You just look. All you needed was a beat and a dance move, and you were golden. That's all you needed. That's all you needed to make a record.
Repeat chorus over and over, and you paid.
The other one, Watch Me Whip.
Watch me, Nene. Yeah.
Over and over for the kids. The kids, one thing about the kids, they don't care about, they just want to hear that one record about 10 times.
Yeah. And that's so true. I mean, but as they get older and start getting more exposed to the gangster rap, it changes. You know, it's parents be like, well, I don't let my kids listen to that. You don't think they're listening to it,
right?
Because you don't watch them 24/7. You got phones, you got these iPads. Guess what? They have access to it. YouTube, they have access to it. You can try to stop them or prevent them, but you can't stop them. You do take it. Only way you can do that is if you take it from them. But then again, they got friends who has phones, iPads, and these stuff. Hey, pull that up on your phone. It's still. What do you do?
Question is kind of off script. Why you don't find women DJing, or do a lot of women DJ?
Yeah, they are some. I know a girl right now. She's on fire right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them, because there's not a whole lot here in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. There's a few of them that I know, they do DJ, but they like the club scene.
Right.
They love the club scene DJ. That's what they want. They like the hypeness, crowd going crazy, which is fine and all good, But see, I don't go to the clubs like that.
Right.
I stay low key as I can possibly be. I still get my money, but I take my chances with the older crowd. But the lady DJs, and there are some good ones out there. They can spin. Like for instance, like back in the day, Spinderella with Salt and Pepper.
Right.
But that was rare. But that was rare. It wasn't like there's a lot of them.
And there's Coco Chanel. She used to DJ on the radio. She was good. And I got these 2 girls. Their name is Amiri and Kyla. You ever heard of them or seen them before?
No.
Check this out. Hold on.
There you go.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I saw them. Those two girls, they're on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those
What?
girls are.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But like you said, it's very rare now. It's rare.
It's rare.
It's
It's
rare.
rare. Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
They out there though. Yeah,
Okay.
they
Okay.
are. I mean,
Because
that
it's,
is.
you know, as far as I knew, it was more of a male-driven profession. You know.
Yeah,
Male.
true. You're right. You're right.
And I guess a lot of it is location as well, because like I said,
Oh.
in location where you're at. So I mean, you probably, if we are on the West Coast, you probably would see a lot more, or like in one of the major cities, you probably see a lot more. But I guess where we're at, you're not going to see as many because there's not a lot of opportunity for them to expand their audience or what their clientele, whatever it is they're trying to work on. Because I mean, when I was coming up, there was like maybe one, if a handful you could probably name. It was all
you're right.
like it was all like, you know, the ones that you know now, like that were working with Wayne and all, like Drama, Duke. That's all that you hear. You really hear the female ones on any kind of record or anything like that.
Yeah. But I mean, they like I said, they're out there. They trying to do their thing, you know. But so far, I mean, you want ahead of me and you go to clubs, and that's my. I don't do that.
Right. I guess that you brought up another point a little bit earlier, Reggie, about you're still making your money. And this would go into DJing as a profession. And I guess a lot of people would probably wonder, is it a profession that is sustainable, or is it, well, I mean, of course, as in most hobbies is what it would start out as a hobby, and then you can turn it into something professional. So starting out, it probably wouldn't be sustainable.
Right.
But
So let me answer that for you. Yeah.
go ahead.
And to me, DJing, like you said in the beginning, you don't start out saying I'm gonna be a DJ. That's gonna be my 9 to 5. No, it
Right.
starts out like a hobby. Then you got to go out to parties, see what's going on, see what's how crowds are moving, and then from there, you put yourself out there. You get your cards, you get your name out there, and then you let it be known. And now it should be a lot easier than my time because you could get a website. I see these DJs; they have websites. They have a little sample of what they do, and you got to get your, I guess, make some types of mixtapes, get them out there like that. And
Yep.
before you know it, you'll have a following. Once you have a following, you'll get called. These are the main parties you'll get called for. Weddings pay the most. The women want the DJ there to have their crowd. This is the biggest day of their life, so they're paying for that.
Yes,
I had
sir.
I had a girl that I knew as a friend, and I said, well, I looked on the website to see what DJs were charging. DJs are charging $1,800 to $2,000 for a wedding. So I told her, I said, you know, I know you. I'll do it for $800. She wrote me $800 check immediate.
Yes.
So there's always weddings. There's always proms. Always birthday parties, and the best ones to get are birthday parties because there's a birthday every day of the year. So
Right.
Every day.
if you're out there and people know who you are, you're going to get your party money. And once you're known and you're good, you'll get enough where that could actually be your job.
Yes.
For the most part, it's like a hobby type of job, a hobby job.
Right.
I mean, this last month, 15 weddings. That was just last month.
See, he's out
Now,
there.
and I'm in November right now. 8 already for November.
Yeah, I did a wedding 2 weeks ago and a Halloween party last week, and a Sweet 16 the week before that. So the money's there. The money's there.
It's there. Yeah. And like you said, with that $800, when you told her 800, she already shopped around.
Exactly.
She knew. Right. Right now, a party, if I know them, my basic $850. $850. I'm starting right there. If you just want for your wedding, if you want to play a couple songs for you to walk down the aisle, whatever, when you leave, no problem. Okay. You throw in receptions, you want spark, you want this, and you want that. You be the two bands before you know it.
Right, and one of the things that, like you said about weddings kind of like a production. So you're gonna meet up with the bride and her party, and they're gonna say, "I need this record for the first dance. I need this record for this. I need this record for that. I need." They need so much stuff to the point where they're willing to pay for all of that stuff.
Yes, so it's their special day. And as a DJ doing a wedding, you only get one time to screw up. You only get one time, so you got to be on point.
Right.
You got to be on point.
Be on cue with them records. That's why, like like you said, the wedding I did a couple of weeks ago. The night before, we practice all of that stuff. Yeah.
You have to, man, because you don't want to have a wedding. A lot of times, people coming out, you got dead air. Music stops. People looking like. That's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand. Just dead air. I got to have some music going through my event always. You got people, and a lot of brides they'll tell you about that now. Well, he had dead air for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah. And guys, word of mouth will spread fast.
Yes, sir. It'll build you and it'll tear you down.
Exactly.
And and don't get me wrong, I interact with the crowd, but you got to be careful with that as well. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes, I know DJs get out there, they hyping, they dancing. Then that bride will feel like, hey, you trying to make it about you. And it's my day. So you got to be careful with that. You got to limit yourself to that. You can get out there and line dance with them. That's fine. They like that. But every song come on, you in the middle of the floor, you jumping, then that bride will be like, this is not what I paid for. You're trying to make it about him. And that will hurt you as well. So you got to minimize. You got to know when to hold and when to fold. So just play your music. You keep the crowd going.
Right.
So you just got to pay attention. These some of the things I learned over the course because I've heard brides complain about other DJs. Well, he was out there all night doing this, and I'm like, all right, mental note, not to do that. But they do like some do love DJs that interact, but you don't have to interact with every song that comes on.
Right.
You on the mic hollering all night, talking over the music. They don't want to hear you talking. They want to hear the music. Nothing wrong with getting out there saying a few things, just hype the crowd. But every song they don't want to hear it. I'm telling you, it's a killer.
And here's another tip for the audience as a DJ, and Reg will tell you this. You gotta get there early enough to when people start walking in, music's already playing. I've seen dudes, I've been places where the DJ still hooking his equipment up while people are...
God, no. Bruh, listen, they can tell you. My kids will tell you. If our event is 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30, I'm there. You ain't gonna see me coming in, people sitting down, excuse me. Nah. No. They will tell you. Dad, you leaving now? Yes. I'm there. Just like my wedding yesterday. It was started at 7. It was just basically reception. I was there by 5. 5:30, I was hooked up and ready to go.
Exactly.
No, when you get there, I'm there. Because anything can happen. You can have a flat tire. I mean, you can forget something. Buy yourself some time.
Right.
It can happen. That you get there, okay, your event is 6 o'clock. You get there 5:30. I got 30 minutes. Nah. And and my contract, when I do contracts, it's like 4 hours minimum. That's you 4 hours minimum. That's what you get. Now, it's up to my discretion if I want to charge you overage. But it's in the contract now. If it goes over 4 hours, this is what I charge per hour. Exactly. And people ask me about it. Then I said, well, normally if you're having a good time and you maybe 30 minutes, an hour over, I'll eat that. It's on me.
Right.
If they vibing, I'm not gonna kill it.
Right.
If you just sitting down, just want to listen to some music, all right, y'all, this last song, thank you for coming out today, whatever case, we out. You want to listen to music, go sit in your car, turn your radio on. I'm out.
In your car.
Yeah, no. And you get some crowd like that, real older crowd, they don't really want to dance. Some of them just want to really listen to the music. But my time is valuable too, bro. Be gone.
So I guess that it doesn't really tie into anything, but as with any hobby, since it's not really government sanctioned or anything like that, you don't have healthcare. So I guess what would be some words of advice for that? And also, I mean, if you plan on having a family down the line, being a full-time DJ, do you have to change your rates or factor that into your earnings and things like that? Do you end up charging more, or do you just end up booking yourself and spreading yourself too thin, or how does that how do those two things play into if you're trying to become a DJ full time?
Well, to me, I think it's like any other thing that you would be doing. If you was a mechanic or whatever you're doing, you got to figure out how to have some type of health care. No,
Yes.
it's like think about barbers. When you cutting hair in the barbershop, do you have a health plan? You got to figure out some kind of way to get a health plan to keep your teeth right, to keep your body right, keep yourself right. So I tell anybody, no matter what you're doing, if you're working in a casino, you got to get some kind of health care. So
True.
you figure out how to put some kind of money away or try to get some independent type of health care to keep yourself right. Because if you're not healthy, you can't DJ.
Right.
Yeah, and like you said, you have to filter that into your rates. You got to pay for it somewhere, because you have probably other living expenses that needs to be covered. So you can't rob Peter to pay Paul in a sense, but you need that health. You need that. And which, I mean, I have it all because my health condition. I have to have it. But so right now, so far, it's been my main source of income. I mean, I have a lot of other things going, but it's pretty luxurious. I've been telling you that. I've done pretty good with it. So not gonna complain. And I like doing what I do.
Yeah, that's the next thing too. Most DJs, they're not DJing, and they have some type of like, I wish I could get out of this. Most DJs, one, have the love of music, and two, they like what they do.
Like what you do, man, and it makes it a whole lot. That when you do something you like, you're gonna give it that much more attention. You're gonna try to perfect it. Some of them just want to get by. And let me tell you, cheap DJs are not good, and good DJs are not cheap. That's just fact. Some people, you give them a price. Oh man, God, what do I get for that? That's no, okay, bro. This is what it is. This is my price. And it is crazy because those that wants to pay the least wants the most.
Right.
Right.
Well, I always tell them, hey, look, I ain't call you. You call me.
Thank you. Thank you. You email me, you hit me up. And I'm giving you a number. That's just what it is. Oh man, no problem. I can't miss something I ain't never had, so it's no big deal. If I ain't never had, I can't miss it. So if you want to go to this guy, that more power to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, everyone trying to save, but don't go into something if you know you're not right. If your pockets ain't right, why even try to do it?
Yeah, because DJ equipment, to me, I think altogether all my stuff is worth about, considering everything I have, somewhere in the neighborhood between $7,000 to $10,000.
Because I know those turntables are $2K a piece.
Listen, it ain't cheap, bro.
No, right. The 10, yeah. That's why I got one of the what did I got? DDJ SR T1000. The new.
Oh, okay.
Got that controller, but I've had all the turntables and all the power speakers, like Reggie said. I've had all of that stuff. Now I try to travel light because back then we had like a little crew that travel with you, helping you with your stuff. But now it's Reg, right? It's just you by yourself carrying your stuff, right?
Solo. Listen, right now I have a 70-inch screen TV built into my box. Right, everything right there. I roll it in, set up, boom, boom. 10 minutes, I'm set. I'm ready to go. Now, if I'm doing a reception outside, I bought this Bose speaker. It was a speaker with the pole, the towel on it, and the stub. Plug it in. 5 minutes. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, the Bose is good equipment too, Bose. Yeah.
And everything else is QFC. That equipment is not cheap.
No.
Your DJ, DJ, you the first one there basically, and you the last one to leave.
Yep.
You the first one there, and you the last one to leave.
100%. Lights are on, everybody's sweeping, and you still there.
You still there, I'm trying to get home. And you home sleeping, not that, and I'm still in there working. And you gonna pay $200.
And here's another thing too. I'm down through the years, and I got this from experience. Like I said, I used to have my crew helping me. Nobody could touch my stuff because I handle it a certain way. I unplug my things a certain way, and I tuck it in my car a certain way. So people be like, "Can I help?" Nope, don't touch.
That's right.
That's true now. That's a certain way I pack mine. I know where everything is. When I roll in, this goes here, that goes there. I appreciate it. Thank you. And sometimes I had a little kid one time, he brought the stands out. I said, just put it right there. Just put it right there. I didn't ask him. I appreciated the little help he did. But just put it right there because I know where it goes. See, people jump, they drop the shit, they just throw it in there, boom, don't worry about it.
Right.
It's in the trail. Let's go.
The most
I
I
don't
have
work
people,
like that.
most I have people help me with is, could you hold the door for me?
Yeah, that's a lot of help. That's a lot of help. But I mean, it's a fun occupation. It's what you put in, you go get out what you put in, basically. And when being a DJ, I'm gonna say this and then let it go. You have to be approachable. You have to be approachable. You don't want to be standing back there playing music on your phone all day, just looking at the clock. Man, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get out. People, and they like, oh, I don't want to go say that. I don't want to ask him because he looked like he's mad. That can hurt you. Be approachable, man. Socialize with them. Listen, they're gonna come and, hey, it's a song I want to hear. Could you play it twice? I said, listen, all right, this is what I'll do. I'll play your song, but it's not gonna be right now. Because I can't let you kill my vibe. I can't do that.
Right.
When when it's slowing down, then I'll slide you in. I'll slide you in. But if it ain't in line with what I have going on right now,
with the set.
Yeah, we ain't going with the set. Hey, it ain't gonna happen right now. I'm not telling you no, I'm not gonna play it. Just not right now. And I hope you can respect that. If you got the crowd going, then you gonna throw on some kind of like country joint, like people looking at you like, where'd that come from? It doesn't happen to me now. I'm telling you, it has happened. I'd be like, oh man. Next thing you know, only thing out on the floor is the lights. Nobody.
Reg, what about this, Reg? Could you not put your drink down on this table right here? Could you get away from this table?
Listen, every single event, they got to come and put that cup on let me tell you, on my stand. Oh, listen, I went and bought coasters just in case. I said, man, please. And I got a sign up there. No drinks on the corner. No drinks on stand, please. I might as well leave that in the bottom because they don't even pay no attention.
Yeah.
They'll set it there, go dance somewhere and forget it. Just leave it there. Don't even come back and get it. But that's come with the territory.
With the territory.
Oh. What are you about to say, Jay? You look like you about to say something.
No. I'm picking up a lot. So I mean, this is good advice for someone who wants to get in this industry. What's the financial aspect of it to get into this industry?
Oh, all right. Well, first of all, if DJing ain't already your job, you definitely need a job where you can buy quality equipment, number one. And number two, you got to be ready to update when new stuff comes out because you want to be part of the time. So you're going to always need a flow of money because the one thing that's different, though, is back in my time, we bought records and you had to buy 2 of every record. So I just download music now. I don't even know how these artists make money. For instance, if Michael Jackson had a new record, I had to buy 2 Thrillers. So Thriller, if you remember, Thriller cost $13.99. I had to get 2 Thrillers, 2 whatever it was. You had to get 2 of it.
The mix.
Crates of records, but today, I guess you don't really pay for music unless you're part of like Spotify or one of these
something like that. Yeah.
But I just download my music off of different sites to get MP3 files. But the equipment part of it, yes, you have to have money to keep with the most updated speakers, most updated. A laptop, for instance, an Apple laptop costs $2,200 or $2,500, and then of course your DJ controller or your DJ turntable, stuff like that. You want to keep that up, and like DJ needles, I think DJ needles cost $200-300 a needle.
Yep.
You get the diamond tip needles or whatever the case is. So you always got to, it's kind of expensive because you want to get the best stuff. You want to get the best headphones. You want to get the best mics. Then if you like a DJ like my man Reg, you want to get your lighting system around your equipment and whatever other things that can enhance your equipment. Like Reg said, he has a monitor screen. A lot of I seen this one DJ, he was DJing, and every record he played, had a video of that song playing while he was playing it.
I've seen that.
So
Yeah. I've seen that. That's really cool.
It is, and I mean, like I said, I have a 78 screen TV in that joint. I hook my camera up to the back. They look at themselves dancing on TV.
Right.
But I sell that booth. I sell that. if you want that, then okay, it's gonna cost you XYZ. Some say, yeah. Some say, no, we'll be fine. But I say, if it's free, yes.
I seen this one DJ with the 360 booth. So while he was playing his music, you dancing, and the 360 cameras going around you, and then they sell that. So it's just so many things involved with it.
Yes. And and speaking of, but the financial side of it, a lot of times just because you have the best equipment, that don't make you a good DJ.
DJ, yep.
You can spend thousands of dollars, but if you suck as a DJ, that equipment ain't doing you no good. It's like me. Like I told you, I started out to the pawn shop, got a couple of speakers, messing around right in my garage, just messing around. You have to have a feel for music. You got to know your music now. You have to know your music. You don't know your music, and guess what? Oh, okay, exactly. Right. So know your music. So all right? Just say you playing a song right now. Okay, boom, you got to come in. Okay, I can blend this with that. I can mix that with this. I keep my BPMs right here. Boom, keep it at this. I'm steady going up. I try to start out at least 100 BPM just to keep it flowing. I mean, it depends on the crowd. You don't want to put people to sleep. Keep it up tempo.
So financially, if you trying to get in this industry, it's a lot of upfront money.
You're gonna need some money.
It's very
just like I say, you're gonna have to get some equipment that's dependable.
Right. I would recommend electronic stuff. Don't go for the turntables off the bat, because that's gonna cost you a lot more.
It's gonna hit you now. It definitely will.
Actually, to get started doesn't really cost that much. You can get yourself a little controller and a regular. Instead of getting an Apple laptop, you get a regular laptop, a controller, and a couple of speakers. It doesn't cost much to get started. But once you get started and you start learning about things, then eventually you'll graduate to higher levels and better.
Exactly.
Then of course better skills. Once you get your skills together and you know what you're doing, like Reggie said, then you invest more into your hobby, into your profession, however you want to call it.
Yes, that's the nature of it. I mean, anything you start is gonna cost money. I don't care what it is. It's gonna cost you somewhere.
Yeah, just like a barber. The barber got the barber. He ain't gonna get no cheap clippers. He's gonna get the best clippers. Right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. Yeah, he ain't want something cutting out every time he strokes or me trying. People be looking at you like, nah, don't go to him. Don't go to that guy. His clippers ain't working. That type of thing. So yes, I mean, it's definitely an investment. You're gonna get that, and whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get out.
Right, and that just pretty much goes for everything across the board.
Absolutely.
Like not just DJing, but just in general. But did you have anything else, Jay? You were on a roll right there as far as your little bullet points, or
the time. I'm talking about the time that you invest to get started. In the beginning, you had to invest.
Well, it was for me. I'm gonna tell you why it was easy for me. Reg, you said you started about 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You was already an adult, right?
Yep.
Right. Well, mine was a little different.
Yeah.
I guess I'm 13 or 14 at the time, and we just watching older guys to the point where when you're 13 and 14, well, what am I doing in middle school or high school or something like that?
Yeah.
I had nothing but time to just watch and watch and watch, and then one of my older friends had a DJ equipment, and after school every day, we just go to his house, about 3 or 4 of us, and we try to imitate what we saw the guys in the street doing, which was DJing or MCing or rapping or whatever. And it just was over time. And then back then, all of us had little part-time jobs. So this one had a mixer. You'll hear LL tell that story. This one had a mixer, and that one had a speaker, and this one had some turntables, and we mixed it all together. And every day after school, we had endless amount of time. Now the difference was we weren't running the streets with gangs and stuff. We spent all our endless time. So yes, it took a lot of time, but we had nothing but time. We were teenagers, and then by that time, after school, 3 or 4 hours a day, just over and over and over, you get better at whatever it is you do, which is rapping, which is DJing, which is doing all those things we saw people do. And then mind you, I came from a time where like everybody was trying it out. So like I grew up around Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, KRS-One. I went to middle school with. You heard of that rap group, Nice and Smooth?
Nice and Smooth. I don't know what happened to them, but yeah.
I went to middle school with them. And here's one for you. We used to be in a lunchroom. This is where a lot of the early rappers. We used to be in a lunchroom, banging on tables, making beats, and they would be saying raps.
Yep. Oh, hitting the wall. Boom, 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 doing that. Yep. Yep.
It does take time, but we had nothing but time back then.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, it's totally different back then, man, than right now. So back in those days, man, those were good days. We just didn't realize it. We just didn't realize it. It was fun days. Yeah. But like you said, 13 or 14, you don't have no job to go buy no equipment. You know,
now
so
you do.
at times, learn on the fly like me. Just watching this one, watching that one.
You do now.
Yeah. See, like right now, like you said with me, I was working. I had a little bit of money. I could go purchase these stuff. Get a little bit better equipment. Not top of the line. So, but now I got my feet under me. I make a little change. Now I'm going to buy everything QSC. Everything in there is QSC. Sure mics, expensive mics, but that don't make you a good DJ. I don't care how much money you spend.
Right.
Doesn't make you a good DJ.
Right. Well, fellas, we do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on and providing a lot of knowledge to our audience today. We really appreciate it. Is there any I guess like Instagram or anything like that you want people to know about, where they can reach you, or any link? Well, I'll get the links from you if you have any links or whatnot, but is there like Twitter or anything like that, social media wise?
I'm just regular Tony Wilson on Facebook. That's it.
That's me. Straight Facebook. I don't have all these IG, Twitter. I have none of that. Yeah, just Reggie, just Facebook. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
It's okay.
I'm trying to catch up with the times.
I mean, you got to do that if you're gonna continue to.
But then again, your work speaks for you.
Young people, look.
What you mean?
Hey, our stuff is proven it works.
And our stuff is proven it works. What you mean? You see all the people making that money. You see all these people making money out here off of social media. Come on now.
Hey, now listen. You right on that. Now you definitely right about that. But sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But anything can use a little enhancement,
Exactly.
Like you say, Tony, I'm just straight Facebook ready. Hey, that's it. People care about you. That's me. That's all I got. No IG, no Twitter. Hey, my brother, he don't even have Facebook.
That's right. Word of mouth. It's word of mouth. It's word of mouth. So.
But honestly, thank you again, fellas. We really do appreciate you taking the time.
Tony, nice meeting you, man.
Likewise, Reg, Jay Sump, you too, and Tack, you too. Nice meeting you guys. Yo.
100, man. 100.
And hopefully we'll have you back in the future if we get enough responses, because it might be people wanting to get some
problem. No problem. I'll answer anything if I can. Best of my knowledge. The best I can. So it's no problem.
All right.
No problem.
All righty. Well, that'll be it from us, everybody. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will see you next week. Until then, you all take care, and don't forget to set your clocks back an hour in case you still haven't.
Oh, no, that done. I did. When I came in this morning from the wedding, I done that.
All right.
All right. We're out of here, everybody.
Peace.
See you later.
Bye.
All right.
All right.